Pero durante los tiempos de desesperación, de guerra, siempre golpean en las puertas nuestras. Ellos dicen que la sangre nuestra no vale para nada y perdemos la vida de los chicos que creen las mentiras. Creen que pelean para la patria y se gastan su vida. Creen que pelean a proteger lo que es nuestro. Nosotros no somos dueños de nada, son ellos los que mandan. Thank you. Gracias.
Tell us about the tour!
You want to hear about tour?
Yeah!
Okay. Like most of you know, we went to South America. We were there 2 months ago. And we toured. And we played in Brazil, Argentina, Chile, and Uruguay. And it was really a great experience. A lot of really good things. We met some really excellent people out there. We had just a few little weird things that happened to some of the members of the band and a roadie. It's a really crazy thing, especially in Brazil, in Sao Paulo, which is where we were at. There's a really crazy scene going out there, and it's a really dangerous scene out in Brazil right now. I mean, we're really fortunate to meet, like, some of the people who are really involved in a lot of stuff out there, and we just kind of got to sit down and talk to people to hear their stories about what's going on there. And there's a lot of problems of violence in Brazil, and a lot of people may read here and there little bits of articles that come out in papers and things like that. But we got to see how punk kids who organize our shows there have to go to the shows with guns and arms, because the violence that they have to deal with outside of the shows, like skinhead violence that they deal with, because there's a lot of problems of fascism there, and people who are extremely nationalist to the point where they're willing to kill people who aren't, and that's what some of these punk kids are dealing with out there. There's other people who are dealing with going or being threatened with being arrested because they're being accused of killing some, white power skinhead or some nationalist skinhead who's, the skinhead happened to be the son of some really high up there politician or something like that. And there's a friend of ours that we met named Ivan who's going through court right now because they accused him. They said he did it, and they don't really have enough evidence to, frame him for it or to say, okay, yeah, he did do it. So they're dealing with that whole thing. But still, despite the fact that there is just so much poverty and it's in your face, like, I mean, I don't know if I can even explain or to even have it where I can explain that you can imagine or put it in your head what it is like. But just imagine these bridges and viaducts in Chicago. And imagine driving down there and there's literally hundreds of people living underneath these bridges in little cardboard and wooden and material homes. And homeless kids, I mean, unbelievable amounts of fucking homeless kids in Brazil. One thing that happened with our drummer and our roadie, since a lot of people have asked me about the tour, I will tell you a few stories. There's a branch of the police called the Rota, it's R-O-T-A. And this is the branch of the police there, because there's 3 branches, and this is the one that get paid $5 per homeless child they kill in the street, okay? And this is, it's kind of crazy, but he, along with our roadie, were walking down the street with a group of people in Brazil, and this group of cops came out with guns to their heads and put them to the wall. And I guess if you know a little bit about what these cops are about, and this happened in broad daylight, I think any one of us would just freak and be terrified of it. And basically they were looking for drugs and all that, and then when they found out that, they were from the States, they're like, USA, cool. That's the patheticness of some of the stuff that happens out there. I mean, I can go throughout, we'll talk a little bit here and there about other things. This song's called Migra Violencia, that came off the last album, which is Immigration, INS Violence, and it's just about all the people who are having to deal with immigration in a very confrontational way, mainly people who are coming across the borders, and not just there, but even here in Chicago when they do their little raids in neighborhoods like Pilsen or certain little village. That's right. This song's called Migra Violencia. Thanks. Called Escaleras. This is off our first 7-inch. It's off our demo. It's called the Zefuera. Means from the outside. The Zefuera. A lot of you know it. Sing along. All right, let's go. Thank you. Okay, this next song is called No Me Vengan a Salvar. No Me Vengan a Salvar. Basically means don't come save us. It's basically, I guess, the song is just asking people from within our own community to take a little more responsibility into doing stuff, into trying to change things, instead of having or waiting around for somebody to come from somewhere else to save our little asses, like if we can't do it for ourselves. And that's what it's basically about. It's about that. It's about saying don't fucking sit there and act like a victim. It's saying fucking fuck that whole victim bullshit. Victim to me means defeat. It means you give up. It's about like, okay, there's victims that are like victims of domestic violence or a victim of like sexual abuse. Okay, but just because where we're from and we speak what we speak and the way we are in our history and our culture and things like that, it doesn't make us a victim. And basically there's too many people who sit around and sit there and go, oh yeah, you know, things are fucked up. Well, let's fucking change them if they're fucked up. Don't fucking sit there and make excuses all the time. Don't be relying on other people to come fucking do things for you. If you're sitting around waiting for these assholes who fucking come around and call themselves the representatives of our neighborhood, of our community, these little fucking politicians, you're gonna be fucking waiting forever because they don't give a fuck about us. They fucking just care about their own little fucking shit and their little friends and their families and their little own pocketbooks. It's not about us. They use us to fucking get what they want. Alright? They're not to fucking serve us. Alright? Am I saying fuck too much? Okay. Well, I'll polish it up for your little clean asses, okay? I forgot. Is this like a university lecture hall? Should I clean it up? Is this sounding too, you know, too ghetto? Well, all right. This song's called No Me Vengan a Salvar. Don't come save us. Thank you, chica. Gracias. Thank you. It ain't all that. Stop. Okay. Alright, this next song's called No Existen Palomas Blancas en Mi Barrio. It's off the last album. Basically means there are no peace, doves of peace in my neighborhood. It's about the violence with the young people in our neighborhood. It's about the gang violence. It's about watching kids have their little gun wars. Like out from our window, we can see what happens out in the streets, right there in the corner of my house. And I know, like, sometimes it's kind of funny because Crudos comes up and people want to come out to the shows and fucking punk out and get all hardcore and all that shit. And it's all right, you know, it's cool. But I think also, you know, don't lose sight of what it is and why it is that we are the band that we are. Because I know, you know, we know what the hell we're talking about, but sometimes I ask, does everybody here know what the hell we're talking about? And this song basically is about that. And it's about young people that we watch and young people that I've seen get shot in front of my house, and it's about something that happens all the time in this city, and maybe some of us don't live in those communities where you get to witness that all the time. And some of us do, and that's what it's about. It's about that like lack of hope that a lot of young people don't really see. They don't see a way out. They don't see something beyond what they have right around them on their little corner, right? And that's what the song is about. It's called No Existe Paloma Blancas en Mi Barrio, and it's really fucking sad because I've witnessed not just the kids in the neighborhood, but people that I grew up with who are either in jail or are no longer with us or are no longer alive. And I'm talking like people that I knew very well. And it gets to be really sad, and it has really nothing much, it doesn't have that much to do with the punk scene, but it has a lot to do with me, and it has a lot to do with us, and that's why we do, and that's why we say what we say. So, despite the fact that it might not touch you personally, that's not it, that touches us, so that's what the song is about, okay? Okay, somebody keeps on losing this same watch. Oh, so hold on to your fucking watch. Who is this?
Hey, I got a great fucking idea.
Alright. Be careful, please. Let's not hurt anybody. This song's called Peleamos, because we fight. tired of talking right now. Does anybody have anything to say? Anything of relevance? No? No, that's not relevant. About society. God, there's about 300 people. There's not one person that has anything of relevance to share with us. That's not relevant.
Que veo al frente de Ejército Zapatista de Liberación Nacional. Que veo a todos los indígenas de Oaxaca. Yo soy de Chiapas y estoy aquí en Estados Unidos solamente porque no hubo más chance para que yo estuviera en la escuela y ahora estoy aquí. Yo no vengo aquí, soy un emigrante, soy un alien, pero yo pienso que todos tenemos derecho a estar en cualquier lugar del mundo. Todos tenemos derecho porque tenemos sentimientos y somos libres en cualquier parte del mundo. Mi padre es indígena, yo soy un indígena y nací libre, pero desgraciadamente son más de 520 años de esclavitud en América Latina y en América. Chinga su madre el sistema.
All right. For those of you who didn't understand, he just said that he's from Chiapas, he's from that region. His family, they're indigenous people from that part of Mexico. They came out here and they migrated here because there weren't many more possibilities to really survive as well as they could or they wanted over there, so they came here. And he's basically telling us and sharing us a little bit about that, saying that, you know, although they're here and they're here as aliens, that they feel that they have every right just as anybody else to survive and to fucking live freely, all right? And that's what it's about, and that song goes to him and people like him, because there's a lot of them here. There's people here, although we might not know it, that are dealing with these situations. There's people that are definitely outside of this space that have to deal with this. Peleamos, it means we fight. Nada cambia hasta que lo hagamos cambiar. Nothing changes until we make a change. Something I let's just be like, let's go. Okay. This song's called Asesinos. Asesinos, meaning assassins. It was a really interesting experience, like I mentioned earlier, going back to South America to do songs like Asesinos, and hearing the reaction from people about the song and seeing how they responded to it. And it was interesting coming across some of the people that we were with out there, another couple, and I'm not talking just one, two, or it wasn't an odd thing, but you're talking about, this song Asesinos talking about military dictatorships that occurred in all of South America, especially the Southern Cone, and meeting kids who grew up without their fathers because their fathers or mothers or whoever had been taken away by the government and were murdered by the government. In Argentina, there were, within a short time span, over 30,000 people disappeared and murdered. In Uruguay, there was a significant number for their population. In Brazil, that still happens today. In all these countries, it really still goes on today, but not under the image of this military dictatorship. But if you have a really big fucking mouth, and you say a lot of things that is starting to get at people, get under their skin, believe me, they're going to take care of you, and they'll off you if they have to. This song is about that, and I don't know, again, I don't know what the significance is for people here to sing songs like this, because these are protest songs. They're songs that if, you know, we played a little folk guitar and stuff, they would be considered Latin American folk songs. They're the same, yeah, they probably be considered hippie songs, but some of those hippie songs say a fuck of a lot more than punk songs these days. And that's what this is basically about. And I just, you know, please, you know, when you get the records or whatever, you know, don't look and listen and read the lyrics and really think about it. And do a little bit of homework, do a little bit of research, keep your eyes open. Don't just live in a punk rock world and isolate yourself, right? This song's called Asesinos, alright? Okay, this next song, it's called En Mi Opinión. I've heard people tell us that, don't you feel you're like preaching to the converted with the shows that you do, these punk rock shows, hardcore shows? There's some people who think like, well yeah, we all know it, we know it all, we got it all down. But it's funny, but I was kind of like over there in the back and hearing this guy kind of go up to women and be like, hey, you know, do you have a boyfriend? Did you come with your boyfriend? Oh, she's taken. This is at a Crudos show. This happened today. A guy over there being a fucking idiot, harassing some of the women here at the show. How many women did he go up to? Because I know he went up to a couple. Yeah. Yeah.
He went up to me, too.
Did he? Hey, maybe he swings. That's all right. I wonder how he'd feel if I went up or some other guy went up to him and be like, hey, did you come with your girlfriend or your boyfriend? And if not, you want to hang with me? You know, or there's those guys who like to go to hardcore shows and there's a woman up in the front or in the pit, you know, they think it's really cool to grab them. How would some guy that thinks he's all badass in the pit like it if I went up and grabbed his fucking dick or his crotch? Then, you know what? Then we'd really hear the issues of personal space and private. And, you know, you don't do that. you know, you coming and invading my space, you hear guys talking about it, you know? But when women talk about it, guys get all, oh, there they go again with their personal space. Well, this song is called En Mi Opinión, and basically the song was written against domestic violence, and it's about abuse towards women. And it's basically about that. You don't have to applaud, you don't have to applaud. Take it in, absorb it, practice it, practice not abusing people, okay? It's cool to just go, yeah, right on, fucking fight the power, and all that shit. It means nothing. It means nothing in here, but take it outside of here and apply it. Support people that you know who are going through these type of situations that are very difficult. And if they ask you for help, help them. Okay, if they're asking, it's because they need it, right? There you go. All right, that's good. That's a really good point. Some of the kids in the scene who get a little too drunk and think it's okay to slap their girlfriends and stuff like that. You know what we're talking about, because everybody here knows somebody probably in their life who is an abuser or somebody who is being abused. This song's called En Mi Opinión, okay? In my opinion.
¡Ay, mira qué macho que estás! ¡Oh, mira qué fuerte que estás!
Okay, this is the last of the songs. This is it. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Just a really brief announcement. If there's anybody who is not a total pig and responsible, wants to lease out an apartment during the summer, the rooms are $150. If somebody's looking for a place to move into in the summer, just talk to me afterwards. The song is titled, That's Right Motherfuckers, we're that big band. Yeah, the song has a little bit of attitude. It's alright. It's alright. It's our only English song that we have, the only song that's entirely in English. And basically, yeah? Hold on.
There's going to be a benefit on Friday, this Friday from 6 to 8 for all the families of the victims in Chiapas, and the money is going to support groups in Chiapas. It's at DePaul University at the Cortel U Commons. If you show up on campus, you'll be able to figure out where it is. It's going to April 3rd, Friday, from 6 to 8, and there's going to be a theater group and some folklorico dancing and some other stuff, so everybody should come.
Okay. We should get a notebook and mark down how many punks actually show up. It's $3, but it's a benefit, all right? So if you can support it, that'd be awesome. We're going to be hitting the road again in the middle of May. We'll be gone for 3 months. It should be a really crazy thing. It's going to be Canada, the U.S., and Mexico tour. So it's going to be a crazy one. But anyways, this song basically is titled That's Right Motherfuckers, It's a Big Band. It's basically about us. It's basically about people who sit there and have a problem with a band like ours existing, bands that sing in different languages. I mean, this is Chicago, and we were actually called the Big Bands by some people in Chicago. And it's pretty funny, but Chicago really, I mean, we've had Polish punk bands, and I think that's awesome that they sing in their language. And we've had like 1 or 2 of them exist here in Chicago. We have several bands now that sing in Spanish, and I think it's awesome when bands are forming in communities that are, you know, bunched up in groups that are kind of like, in some ways, like living in ghettos and things like that, but they form bands and things and create another addition to what we have. And I think that's right on. The people who can't hang with it, too bad. All right, that's just what it's called. That's Rebel Burgers Red Street Band, all right?